From the nation's capital, you're listening to The Larry King Show. Once again, here's Larry.
Hi, boys and girls, it's me. And this is an RCA Victor Model 5T from either late 1935 or early 1936. That seemed where the model run ended up being. It's a 5-tube radio. It's got a transformer. We've got a broadcast band and a shortwave band up to about 6 megacycles. So how I got this radio was I bid on it at the very first JD auction, and I didn't pay a whole lot for it. I think it was like $50. And given the condition of the radio, and the wood's not bad, it's got a few little dingies on it, but it's all original. The original grill cloth's intact. And I've been wanting to go through this thing. It's been sitting in my shop for about a year. And one of my friends who has been very good with me, his dad was actually a TV and a radio guy, and he's been bringing me some old radios and tubes and things like that. And the last time he was over here, he was really eyeballing this radio. I had one of these once before, and I think I traded it or I sold it to somebody for something else, and that's what happens when you're a collector. But he was really eyeballing this thing, and I said, you know what? You've been really good to me. I'm going to go through this thing, and then when I think I got it right, I'll give you a call. You can come pick it up, take it home, and you'll have a real nice radio to play with it. So anyway, let's delve to the guts and see what's inside. Okay, here's the chassis of the 5T, and you can see there was a lot of work done on it, and I got lucky. There wasn't really much that I had to do. Most of this was already recapped. I just double checked the resistors. I did find one solder joint I didn't like. One thing I'm doing right now is, this is the original cord, and it comes out to this, and this is already broken and it's kind of ugly. But since these things were notorious for having transformer problems, and although I think this is the better transformer, I'm going to add this fuse block here, take this cord off it, and put in a better quality molded cord like this guy right here. So we'll do that, and then also I want to clean the band switch control. It's kind of a little bit weird and a little noisy, so just take some deoxide on a swab and I'll clean all that up. So that's what the bottom looks like. Okay, there's the fuse holder that I was telling you that I was going to add, and I've added it. And now I also have it tied in here to the on-off switch here. This is kind of a weird switch. It's on, off, and tone. So, it's a good idea, even if you have any kind of a transformer radio, to make sure you have either a fuse or a fusible link, or one of those safety capacitors in there that'll be there to break the circuit, and that way if something catastrophic will happen, it won't melt that transformer right there. So always a good idea. Okay, this doesn't look like my bench, by the way. That's because I'm upstairs in my dining room. I hurt my back a few weeks ago, so I've been kind of working up here. But I have the radio powered up. I have the fuse in there now. This is the volume control right here. And let me just do a brief walkthrough here. Now, a couple things I also had to do up top here was that's an 80 on the left, and that's a 42 on the right. The 80 is direct, the fire, the 42 is the triode output. It's equivalent to about a 6F6 as far as gain and all that. I think it's pretty much identical to that. But there was a 41 in that socket. And of course, there's the speaker right there in the cabinet. But one of the cool things about this radio is that here's the band switch. As you change the bands, you notice we go from the green, which was the broadcast band, to the red shortwave band. And that's another thing I had to do. You can see I've got some. I had to redo the wiring. The lights were a total mess. So I got that all straightened out now. Let's do a quick. I don't have much for an antenna. This was my antenna. That's my chandelier going out to the window, and I have an aluminum sided house, so I'm basically in a Faraday cage. So let me just tune around so you can see that the radio does work. That's WMCA in New York. The radio has been aligned, by the way. I did the alignment on it.
I'll look outside. In the daytime, and I'll be talking all things New York sports with you right up into our next weekend coverage here on.
I think this is doing rather well considering what I'm using for an antenna here. That's WFAN 660.
You want two choices. To meet Dr.
It's WOR at 710. So I'm getting all the New York stations here.
Skies with the high of 55 tonight and overnight. It will be cloudy, low
about
59.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon. That's WABC New York.
57 people. The BBC's Electra Naismith.
That's our local NPR station. That's 8:20 a.m.
Today for Bucks New York Mets, second baseman Jeff McNeil leads off. The third baseman.
Oh, cool. This is WCBS 880. And it sounds like they're playing the Mets game. So maybe I'll listen to that today. I forget what some of these stations are right here.
On LGBTQ plus groups back in 2014.
It's WINS 1010. That's a local station, low power station. They do a lot of broadcasting of mostly gospel music.
Hogan wrote in the New York Times that while he appreciated all those who've been hoping he will run,
actually, no. Well, it was WNEW. Now it's
campaign, quote,
Bloomberg News 1130. There's a local station to us in Bridgewater, New Jersey, playing. It's mostly Indian programming. That's AM 1250, which is in Dover, New Jersey. It plays a lot of music. I don't want to get hammered here with the YouTube thing.
UCLA, it's not possible, but it certainly makes their task of a deep tournament
run. That's WCTC 1450, so, which is now Fox Sports. And that's WWRL, I think that's the call 1600, which is now the Black Information Network. So one of the things that's cool about this radio is it will tune, get half of the 160 meter band down here. Let me try. I'll try shortwave, but it's going to be probably going to be a wash because it's too early in the day, and I got a crappy antenna. I suppose if I had a little bit better antenna, there's a station up in Canada at 6,070 kilohertz. And I can't pick it up with my current setup, but the shortwave does work fine. I lost the feed line to my dipole antenna because we had high winds, so I got to do something with that yet too. But at night, 80 and 160, they kind of wake up. So the radio is a player. Let me get it back in the cabinet.
Mr. Munson, answer goes right back. Why would you do that? Why would you?
Okay, boys and girls, it's all done. It's playing, and now I can call up the owner or the new owner of this radio and have him come pick it up, and I'm sure he'll be very pleased with it, very happy. And these are great radios, by the way. There's a 5T, a 6T, 7T, 8T. I think there's 9 and 10T as well. They get bigger with the number. The number also correlates to the tube count on these radios. And I think that these are some of some of the better radios that RCA ever made. So don't be afraid to get one. Even in 5-tube form, it's actually a pretty decent radio. So please, if you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you very shortly. Take care. Bye.
Way after we missed Eddie Murphy.
Way after Eddie Murphy? Jeez.
So Chevy Chase, John Belushi, the greatest cast of them all,
They're all available on YouTube.
Yes, thankfully.